Hello, it's Jenny from A Stamping Journey. Thanks for joining me today. Check out this card. I call it a window flap card, and I'm going to show you how to make it. It's quite easy. I'll give you the measurements in metric and in imperial. You can pause the video as I go to catch them, or I'll send the written tutorial out in my newsletter next week. If you haven't subscribed to my newsletter, then check that in the YouTube description or on my blog. So now what you will need is your base card. I'll give you the measurements in a minute. Some white card, cut to size. I'll let you know those in a minute. And some pretty paper. You can use whatever paper you like. I'm using the Florals in Bloom paper, which has just been released in the new annual catalogue. But I'm sure you've got lots of lovely paper there at home. You'll also need some white bits of card for stamping. So for the measurements, let's take our base card first. You want some coordinating card to match your pretty paper. It is 21 centimeters by 14.8 centimeters. Score that at 10.5 centimeters, or it will be 8.5 by 5.5 inches. Score it at 4.25. It's your standard size card base. Now for your white card, that will be 20.2 centimeters by 14.4 centimeters. You'll want to score that at 10.1 centimeters. Or it will be 8.25 inches by 5 3/8 of an inch, scoring at 4 1/8 of an inch. Now for your designer series paper or your pretty pattern paper, it will be 9.7 centimeters by 14 centimeters, or 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So let's take your base card. This is what we want to work with first. Now, you're going to flip it the opposite way that you would normally. So we'll just fold it on the score line. Let's crease that down. But you don't want it opening this way. You want it opposite. So give it a turn around so it opens this way. Now you're going to mark the front of it. So we're just going to open it out to work with that. So grab your ruler and pencil. You want to measure in from this score line, the center score line, measure across at 3.2 centimeters. So put your 3.2 there and make a pencil mark. Or that will be 1 1/4 inches from that score line. Make your mark. You're going to do that at the bottom as well, so hopefully you can see that all right. I'm measuring, putting the 3.2 at the score line, or 1 1/4 inches. Give that a pencil mark. Then you want to mark this left hand side, this side of your card. It'll be at halfway, so you're going to mark it at 7.4 centimeters, which is it here, or it will be 2 3/8 of an inch. So you have your pencil marks. Grab your paper trimmer. If you don't have a paper trimmer, you can just draw a line in pencil from here to here, from here to here, and cut that with your guillotine or scissors. But we're going to use the paper trimmer. So we'll bring that in. Just check that that's in view. Now you want to cut that. So where that pencil mark was on the edge of your card, put that in your track. Move your other one. You just need to lift that up, slide it around a little. You're going to put this pencil mark that's down here in the track. Just keep checking it. Make sure it lines up. here and here until you've got it lined up. Once you're happy with it, give that a cut. Then you're going to do the same this side. Place that mark on your track, move that around here and here, give that a cut. So you can just remove those pieces. So we can get our trimmer out of the way now. And you can just give those pencil marks a rub. Now, if you don't like it such a sharp point, if you've got a corner around a punch, you can just punch that out. That will round that off. So there's your basic front of the card. Now, what you want to do is you're going to cut the window. You can use any shape. If you want to use a square, if you want to use circles, I think circles work a little better, but it's entirely up to you. I'm using this one's the Stylish Shapes dies. So let's have a look at the dies, let you know which size. It depends on your card. I've used the 3rd largest in this one. I have a magnet sheet on mine, so I put some magnet down for my dies just to keep them in place, because they wiggle around. It's easy just to stick them back in position when you finish with them. So we're going to get our die, and you want to center that. So I'm just going to bring this in just for the moment, just position this. It doesn't have to be folded straight away. I just want to get its position so I can center the circle. So then I have the DSP, the paper as well. That's just going to go there. Fold that up, and then you can just work out where that center might be. You don't want a too large a circle. That will make this edge very thin. It becomes very flimsy. So once we know where a center is, we can position that there. Now let's take these pieces out. We don't want them at the moment. So you're going to run that through your die cut machine. So I'll just run and do that now. There we have our pieces. Now keep hold of this one, because what we're going to do is we're going to use it for the insert, but you might see I've actually embossed that. I've run it through. Use any embossing folder you like. I'm using the eyelet embossing folder. It just adds a little extra texture to your card. So we can just position this in our folder, and I'm just going to move that a little. You can just work out where the pattern is. So I'm going to run that through my die cut machine. So here we have it. Isn't that lovely texture that's added to it? Right, so get back to a card. Now what we want is our white card now. And this is going to be folded in your regular way that you would fold a card. So just fold that over, give it a good press. Grab your lovely pretty paper. We're going to stick those together. So I'm using the multi-purpose glue because I can slide it into position and I don't have to fiddle with tape. So now you want to stick your card inside. What we should have done is actually stamp it inside, because I don't know about you, but I mess it up sometimes and I have to redo the whole thing. But anyway, we're going to fly with that now. So position that in, give it a good press, fold that over. Isn't that pretty paper? So then we'll want to have our little window, fix our window up. Now first we'll add the sentiment. I'm using happy birthday. Choose whatever you'd like to use. So the happy birthday I'm using is from the Loveliest Tree one. It's just a lovely, nice font, just a small enough. So we'll stamp that in black ink. And for that one, you could use another size, a smaller size, Stylish Shapes one, but I'm using this one from the Spotlight on Nature stamps die set. So it just has that little patterned edge. So we can run that through our die cut machine. Now we'll stick this one straight down onto your Petunia Pop is the color I'm using. You just want to stick that straight down on your die cut circle, your other. Let that dry a minute. Now add your dimensionals. It's nice to have it raised up just to have a little extra dimension on it. We'll just add some little dots here, put on as many as you like. Now to position that, close up your card and you can just pop that through the window. Just check that it's straight, that the word's straight. If you want to raise up the birthday greeting too, you can do that. That will just give you that little bit more dimension. And there you have it. So I just wanted to show you just the stamping. Now you might not have seen a lot of the Pretty Florals stamp set. It's a two-step stamp set. I just wanted to show you quickly how that works. You can decorate it how you like to. But let's bring the flowers in. I'm using Petunia Pop and the Bubble Bath and the Garden Green for the stems. So this is the stamp set. You have the solid images that you can do in the lighter color, and then you have the outlines. Just making sure you can see that. So you have this pretty flower, you've got those ones, and you've got the different leaves. So just get some white card. Start off with your darker color. We can stamp that. And then you've got the more solid one that you can stamp inside it. And it's nice that you can just see through that. Isn't that pretty? And you'll want two stems, two little leaf stems. Oh, there's a dimensional back. Let's get rid of that one. And then you can die cut them out. So these are the dies. Got a few different leaves. They're different layering flowers. I've put a magnet sheet on this one too to keep them all together because there's so many tiny little bits that can go all over the place. So we'll want the stem and we want this flower base. So you'll die cut those out, which I'm going to do that later. I'll finish the card later. Now bring this finished one in. Inside I stamped this sentiment. It's nice to have a greeting there. That was from the Beautiful Butterflies stamp set, and stamped another flower. Just a tip, when you're putting your flowers or whatever you want to do there, just make sure you've got no dimensionals overhanging on here. You don't want to see it and you don't want to get it stuck to your base. So there is our window flap card. What do you think? I hope you get to make one. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video, and be sure to share it with a friend as well. They might like to make one too. If you need supplies to create any of your projects and you're in Australia, I'd love to help you out. You can pop by my store. I'll add the link in the description, or you can contact me directly. But I hope you join me for another crafty video very soon. So happy crafting. Until next time. Bye.